Capricorn, you are up for the September Tarot Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right. So I'm recording the general right now in August, but it's for September. Speaking of August, all of the readings are up for August. The general reading, the love reading, the money reading are all up for all of the signs. Also, the full moon in Aquarius reading for the collective and the Lionsgate reading for the collective, that is also up. Whatever reading you listen to or watch, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just the person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now, let's hop into it with some karma cards, and then we'll go to the tarot cards. May I have the energy for Capricorn for September? May I have the energy for Capricorn for September? May I have the energy for Capricorn for September? What is it that Capricorn needs to hear? What is it that Capricorn needs to hear? What is it that Capricorn needs to hear? May I have some cards, please? This one almost wanted to come out, but I'm not taking it. I'll wait and see. Thank you. Interesting. May I have another card, please? Woo, that flew out. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm laughing. You're going to see why in a minute. So, 2 cards came out. The second one, I'm going to start with this one first. It was your card. That's why I was like, wow. And it flew out. So, Capricorn, for the karma cards, this second card that came out, it says, your goals. The day-to-day reality of. Use the most business-like way. Now, interestingly enough, the first card that came out is the 12th house. In the 12th house, seeking oneness with all there is. Philanthropy. Keep your involvement hidden. So some of you may be looking to give back to others, focusing on charity. It's kind of interesting because this gives me Aquarius vibes, because Aquarians are visionaries, but also they're philanthropists too. They're known for being philanthropists. They like to heal things. They like to lift the consciousness of the world, is what Aquarians like to do. And we just had the full moon in Aquarius a few days ago. So it's interesting that this is what's coming out. Some of you might be finding that you just were starting to transition into this energy after that full moon in Aquarius, where you're thinking like, wow, I'd really like to give back. And for some of you, you don't necessarily want people to know that it's you doing the giving. Like, you would rather be anonymous about it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. At the bottom of the deck is Neptune. It says, inspire others with, be prepared to sacrifice for, yielding is the only way to. Libra got this card. So for some of you, I really feel that you are open to making sacrifices for other people, but you're willingly making the sacrifice is what you're doing to lift other people up. and you're trying to find a way of doing it. Some of you might be thinking about starting a 501c3, a nonprofit organization, and lifting up people that way. I don't know why. I just got jail with this. You see how it looks like bars right there? And I was looking at it, and there's something said jail. Like, some of you may be looking to start some type of program for people who are in correctional facilities, or maybe they're getting out of correctional facilities, and then you're helping them acclimate back to regular life. Because obviously when you've been behind bars and you've been in the system, acclimating back to regular life can be a challenge at times, especially if you're trying to get a job, get a place to live, things like that. Some of you with your nonprofit organization, that might be something that you're focusing on. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, let's take some tarot cards and see. But what I'm really picking up is philanthropy, is what I'm picking up. May I have the energy for Capricorn for September? May I have the energy for Capricorn for September? May I have the energy for Capricorn for September? Another thing that I just picked up is that you may end up working with a Virgo. Capricorn came out in Virgo's reading. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is about communication. Some of you, because you want to be behind the scenes, for some of you that this is resonating with, you may have the Virgo be the face of the organization and do that, and have them deal with the communicating. You might do that. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but I feel like some of you might be teaming up with the Virgo. All right. What is it that Capricorn needs to hear? What is it that Capricorn needs to hear? What is it that Capricorn needs to hear? Okay, this card is calling out to me. I'm going to set it to the side. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Wow. Okay. That just went together. May I have another card, please? Thank you. 9 of Wands, Wounded Warrior. Interesting. What's at the bottom of the deck? 10 of Wands. Yeah, this cycle, definitely jail. Somebody may be doing something working with correctional facilities. I really feel that. Now, for some of you, maybe you just got out of jail. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That might be it too, why some of you may be thinking about doing something to help people who are getting out of jail, because you've been to jail before and that has inspired you. Your life experiences. I remember, what's her name? Oh gosh. Angela Stanton King. That's her name. Angela Stanton King. She had been to jail before. And after that, once she got out and had to deal with everything, it inspired her to start working with people when they come out of jail in doing that, to help them acclimate back into, back into the regular world. So some of you, maybe you had an experience, and if it wasn't you, maybe it was someone close to you where they went to jail and you saw what it did to them. And because you saw what it did to them, or it affected you, because it could have been a brother, it could have been a sister, it could have been a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, a mother, a father, a son, a daughter, whatever. Somebody that is in your orbit, it affected you emotionally. And because you were part of that, now you're like, you know what? I want to do something to give back. I'm ready to sacrifice, to help out and do that, because you realize what a burden that it is for a family dealing with that. Now, let's see what these two cards are. Yeah, 9 of Swords and the King of Swords. Something is involving the justice system, especially with this King of Swords energy, and sleepless nights as well. There's something involving the justice system here, is what this is. You know better than me. Again, you know your story better than I ever could. I'm going to title this Philanthropy. I think philanthropy because of injustice, or fighting injustice. It's kind of because there's something involving the justice system. Somebody was in jail. I know I'm picking up this energy like really, really strong. And with this King of Swords energy, and then Nine of Swords with the sleepless nights, someone was in jail. But with because you have 2 nines right here, 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. Then King of Swords plus the 9 of Swords is the 10 of Swords, and then you have the 10 of Wands. Under that is the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. Which is interesting because Gemini also showed up in Virgo's reading. Gemini and Capricorn showed up in Virgo's reading. There's something involving the justice system. I'm going to title this Fighting Injustice, because that is, I feel, what this philanthropy is going to be about. Fighting injustice. All right? So that is your reading. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.